Lautaro Martinez isn't just Inter Milan's captain. He's the soul of their Champions League campaign, and in one of the most emotional and electrifying nights in recent club history, that soul almost didn't make it onto the pitch. The Argentine striker revealed that just days before Inter's legendary 4-3 extra-time victory over Barcelona at the San Siro, he feared his European dream was over. "I spent 2 days at home crying," Lautaro confessed to Sky Sport Italia. The pain of a suspected muscular injury threatening to rob him of the stage he'd been mentally preparing for since the heartbreak in Istanbul a year ago. But this wasn't just another footballer nursing a knock. This was Lautaro Martinez, wounded but unbreakable. A captain with scars and a memory like fire. A flashback to heartache. The weight of last season's loss in the 2023 Champions League final to Manchester City never left him. That narrow 1-0 defeat in Istanbul hung like a shadow over the team's resurgence this season, and Lautaro felt it more than anyone. "We've been thinking about this since the day after we lost that final," he said, his voice thick with emotion. "That kind of pain doesn't leave you. It stays with you, and it drives you." Barcelona, the rematch of a lifetime Inter, arrived at the San Siro, trailing neither team but emotionally tied after a wild 3-3 thriller in the first leg at Montjuic. The world expected drama, and the players delivered. In front of a packed stadium pulsing with anticipation, Inter and Barcelona went to war in a match that felt like football poetry written with fire and fury. Lautaro, against all odds, was in the starting 11. Just days earlier, he'd limped off the pitch at halftime in Spain, clutching his leg and leaving fans fearing the worst. But thanks to tireless work with Inter's medical staff and his own unshakable will, the captain returned, still hurting but ready. "I wasn't at 100%, but I promised my family I would be out there," Lautaro said. "These are the nights you dream about as a kid. You don't sit them out unless your body refuses to move." And move he did. A captain's impact. Just minutes into the match, Lautaro reminded the world why he wears the armband. He opened the scoring, silencing doubters and electrifying the San Siro. He battled with grit, despite obvious discomfort. When Pau Cubarsí clipped him in the box, he won a penalty that Hakan Çalhanoğlu coolly converted. Lautaro didn't just play, he led from the front. By the end of extra time, Inter had edged out Barcelona in a breathtaking 4-3 win, 7-6 on aggregate. It was the kind of match that cements legends and breaks rivals. Davide Frattesi may have scored the winner, but it was Lautaro's presence, his pain, his passion, his perseverance that became the night's enduring image. A city united. When the final whistle blew, the roar from the Curva Nord felt like a war cry. Lautaro stood on the pitch, fighting back tears, not of pain this time, but of pride. "This team never gives up," he said. "We've been building something here for years, 4, maybe 5 seasons now, and the fans, they're part of this. San Siro is alive because of them." Indeed, the stadium had become a fortress again. The ghosts of past failures seemed to fade with every cheer, every flag waved, every chant echoing through the Milan night. Eyes on Munich with the win, Inter have booked a ticket to their second Champions League final in 3 years. On May 31st, they'll take the field in Munich, facing either Arsenal or Paris Saint-Germain. Another titan stands in the way. But for Inter, this is a continuation of a story that began with heartbreak and is now bleeding into history. For Lautaro, it's personal. "We have another chance to write history," he said. "We gave everything tonight, but now we must recover, stay focused, and finish strong. We've come too far to stop now." A legacy in the making. It's easy to look at a football match and see just the goals, the stats, the headlines. But this was a saga. Lautaro's story isn't just about recovery from injury. It's about emotional resilience. It's about rising when your body says sit, when your mind says break. It's about dragging your team forward because no one else can. The image of Lautaro Martinez standing under the San Siro lights, exhausted but defiant, will be remembered for years. He wasn't just playing football, he was living it, bleeding it, feeling every second of it like a man possessed. From Istanbul to immortality, Inter fans still ache from the loss in 2023, but now they dare to believe. And Lautaro, the warrior who cried alone for 2 days in silence, now walks in thunder. This is what the Champions League does. It pushes men to the edge of greatness and asks, "Do you want it badly enough?" Lautaro Martinez didn't just say yes. He screamed it with every run, every touch, every cry. And now, with Munich on the horizon, Inter are 90 minutes from immortality. Will this be the year the